should know too much about their own dense destiny.
But Doc, you gotta check this out.
Marty, I told you, this is where you'll live in 2025.
What? Great Scott!
Come on, Doc, calm down. Calm down.
Are you telling me you've run into my future self?
Well, yes.
The consequences of meeting with my future self could be disastrous. Why, the encounter could create a time paradox, which would result in a chain reaction that could unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe. Granted, that's a worst-case scenario. The damage might, in fact, be very localized, limited to our own galaxy.
That's heavy duty, Doc.
That's why we brought you here to 2021, Doc. Your house isn't here yet, so there's no chance of you running into your future self.
Doc, Bluff View hasn't even been built yet.
What? Now you kids are finally thinking fourth dimensionally.
That's right.
So what's so great about this place?
Well, I know you said that we shouldn't know too much about your own future, but we heard it. The future 2025 Doc said he wasn't even thinking about moving here. We had to tell you.
Do you know what this means?
What's that, Doc?
You two traveled to 2025 without my knowing. Did you think I wouldn't deduce you stole the time machine for a joyride? What in the name of Sir Isaac H. Newton were you thinking?
But Doc, this neighborhood, it's really, really great.
And there's plenty of garage space for you to test out all of your inventions.
You still have room for my your killer sound system, and I still come over to practice my guitar. With the double wall construction, we don't have to worry about noise complaints because it reduces the noise.
Hey, mister, did you ever send your tape into the record company?
I don't know, Jennifer. What if they tell me I'm no good? I just don't feel like I could handle that kind of rejection.
But you're good, Marty. You're really
I don't know.
good. Anyway, Doc, you said you wanted to find a place that you could age into.
Yeah.
It's single level, so no stairs to worry about. Plus, it's super easy to walk to all kinds of places around town. No need to hit the road.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's right, Doc.
And you have plenty of space to host for when the kids come to town.
That's why we wanted to tell you, Doc. You're part of our family.
Well, the future is what you make it. We'll make it a good one. Now, come on, kids. We gotta get you back.
To the past?
Or the present. How about we just say 1985?
Precisely.
So, Vern, tell us about this land. Tell us about the name Bluff View and where that comes from. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I can do that. Yes, yeah. I was asked to say maybe a few words, and the first thing I thought it was like Bluff View, trying to explain where does that come from? Where does Bluff View come from? Well, the farmstead that I and my 6 siblings grew up on is just right over there, a little less than a quarter mile away. And so when we grew up, our view to the south was always the bluffs. So we would often just go up there and hike and explore for a couple hours, or maybe we'd go up there for more of a chore type activity, like checking on the cattle or checking the fences, that kind of thing. So when my wife Joan and I were thinking of a name for this development, the words Bluff View came up and just came to the top of the list, and easily stayed there, and they stayed there. So that's how we're calling this development Bluff View. I also want to reflect a little bit on how Northfield has been able to grow over the years. We're so lucky that it has been able to grow. Communities don't grow, don't do well. But with that growth, several of my neighboring farms and farm fields when I was a kid have transitioned into other uses. For instance, I know we had George and Florence Anderson just north of me there. That's now the Hanson Mickelson housing development. We had the Garley Farm is up where that is now the location of our high school. we had the Aldrich Farm over here is now multi-use housing, and the Rock Farm was right across the road from me, and that's hosts our middle school and Bridgewater School right now. So those are all changes, and they've all been, I think, very good for my neighborhood. You know, we have more neighbors now. When I was a kid, we had good neighbors. And now I can attest, just by the people that I've met, that we have more good neighbors. That's a good thing. And the schools. When I think about the schools, I think of what a great asset that is. You know, the summertime, it's quiet and almost a pastoral setting there. And when the school year starts, it is just kind of an amazing thing. There's, you can just sense a level of energy and activity there that is, it just feels so great for the neighborhood. And so I'm just so thankful that that's now part of our neighborhood too. So yeah, actually just a little more than 4 years ago, Joan and I thought it was time to welcome more neighbors. So we worked on a development plan with consultants, engineers, a real estate agent, Pete Mergens, city staff, city officials, and now Johnson-Reiland to make that happen. And this is the start of the first phase of Bluff View. And lastly, I'd just like to thank some of the many people that were involved in this. We have a great city staff. The development department, the planning department, the engineering department, they are all knowledgeable, all helpful, and all very supportive, so thank you. And we have dedicated city officials. We've got the council and the mayor and the planning commission. And they can help you steer your plan in a direction that benefits all of Northfield. I want to thank our engineers, Greg Halling and ISG, and our consultant, Mike Olson. I want to thank our real estate agent and a friend, Pete Mergens. You know, a lot of people were necessary to make this plan happen, but without Pete and the many meetings at our kitchen table and at his office, you know, Bluff View would not have happened. So thank you, Pete. And that brings me to a final, but definitely not last, but definitely not least, thank you to the Reilands and Johnson-Reiland Builders. You have taken the reins, made the final plans, and we are now breaking ground on Bluff View.
Thank you very much. So stick around, we're going to hand you a shovel. Don't go far. Matt, actually we're going to have the mayor come up next. This is our mayor, Rhonda Pownell, and you've been the mayor now for how? For over 4 years, and she's been on the city council before that. So she's seen a lot of this growth take place. And I'm going to let you speak about what you see here, and then I'll probably say something else after that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you so much, Vern, for your comments here. You really articulated well the kind of the history and the vision and the change that we've really seen happen in this area over many, many years. And thank you to all of you for being here today and your support for this really important project. This really is an exciting moment. The plan for this development has been years in the making, and today we are moving it one step forward. The city is proud to have worked with Johnson-Reiland, so thank you for that, to get to this point, and we are in the process of building the public infrastructure needed to help catalyze the development within this area. This subdivision will include an extension of Ford Street behind me. This is Ford Street that we're standing on. This will help extend Ford Street out towards 246. Increasing housing availability is a strategic goal for the city of Northfield and is essential for the long-term health of our community. The Bluff View development will expand lifestyle housing options, which will include designs that offer single-level, accessible living, an option that many households are really looking for in our community. It's such a pleasure to be standing here alongside all of you, thank you, who are making this project possible. Vern, you played a really strategic role in this. You and Joan both, thank you for that. All of your hard work, commitment, and investment to this project will make it possible for more people to enjoy our excellent schools, great businesses, and our wonderful quality of life that's the envy of the region, and make it possible for more people to be able to call Northfield home. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you to all the partners that worked on this and made this possible. Really appreciate it. This is so important for all of us. Thank you.
So Jane, you're going to help us. I just want to say one last thing for all those that just maybe showed up, maybe just walked up here today. Bluff View has an opportunity to offer, right now we're looking at possibly up to 5 housing types. So this first phase is going to be 2 housing types, which are geared strictly to one level living. No steps, no stairs, no barriers. Even the showers are flush into the floor. And we're actually going to raise this whole site up. We're going to get 200,000 yards of fill. They're going to come in here. It's going to get higher. It's going to get flatter. So it's going to be super designed for someone who needs accessibility either now or in the future. But there will be other phases of construction that may include single family, may include rental. There's just a lot of flexibility as we go forward. So we really need to hear from all of you, even if this housing type isn't what you're looking for right now. Tell us what you want, because we're listening and we have the flexibility to modify things, shift things as we go forward. But right now I just want to focus on the groundbreaking itself with the shovels. And Jane, I'm going to let you show us what to do.
Spouses, children, let's get everybody up here. Everybody up here. If you're here, everybody. Yep, let's get a big old group picture. Thank you, everybody.